How's it going? Thanks for joining me. So picking up where we left off in the previous video, there are no forests on Flat Earth Decoded. What we're seeing here is these giant trees had giant roots that spread out across the earth, and this was a giant living creature that came out of the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish, where every compass points to. And as I was explaining that there's the tree of life at the center of the dish where every compass points to, I'm explaining to you that this was powered by the astral jet. And the astral jet is created when Jesus, the Son, places his light into the hole at the center of the dish, and out from that hole comes the green astral jet shooting out, and that would have went through all these veins like a fiber optic system. And they say the land beneath us is 25% water and 75% land. And I was just watching a video which was explaining how water might have turned the silica place and melted it away, and water is much less important to the silica system that was here before. And when they say the flood, what I'm seeing here is a flood that was obviously liquid and melted away what was silica, a silica highway of electrical system, sort of like a short circuit was created by all this water, is what somebody described it as. So what I'm seeing here is that this is a giant organism that crept out across the earth, coming out of the Holy of Holies and powered by the astral jet. And giant trees and all that stuff, and a whole living, breathing organism spread out across the earth. And now it's gone. The trees are chopped down, and they say you fell from the trees like monkeys. You know, they're laughing at us because the core of your brain, if you look at any brain chart, you'll see it's reptilian at the core of your brain. It's responsible for fight or flight. You would be a slave class reptilian, and you're the food class, and you can't see it. And you'll laugh and say, those videos that you post of reptilian eyes and blah, blah, blah. Listen, this shit is real. You have a reptilian core to your brain. Zoom in on your own images of you when you were a child. Zoom in all those pictures and see if you can see. Like, take a picture of one of the eyes, zoom in. Take another picture, zoom in. Take another picture of that, zoom in, like with your iPhone. And you'll see that nearly everybody has at least one slit in one of their eyes. So, surely we're not monkeys, but the core of our brains, being that we have that response mechanism called fight or flight, they're telling you that's the reptilian core to your brain, that you stem from a reptilian, okay, not a fucking monkey. So when you see Avatar and all that shit, what they look like reptilian type beings and stuff, that's exactly what they're rubbing in our face. And what I'm telling you is at the center of the dish, where every compass points to, is where that creature originally crept out from. That's where heaven is. When we go through that hole at the center of the dish, when we pop out the other side, we'll see that this living creature is still alive on the other side. And it's a living giant being that's spread out across the earth. The astral light is coming out of that hole at the center of the dish, and it would have spread out all across the earth, creating this silica living being that's spread out across the earth. And what I'm explaining to you is that you can see the remnants of this being that you are inside of right now. So it's one side of a light hole is a black hole. At the center of the dish is the Holy of Holies, where the tree of life comes shooting out. That's where you need to get to before you're dead and drink from the living waters, and you become superhuman like that. It's just that simple. A dog drinks from that water and the dog starts talking. Just like they show in movies, talking animals. Yeah, that's because they drank from this water here. And it's just like that. It's just that simple. I'm telling you, this place is a lot more interesting than you can imagine. So this living giant creature that crept out across the earth is still alive. When you go into the Holy of Holies, you will drink from that living water and you will live forever, or you will get your way out of this matrix. It's just that simple, people. That you're inside of a giant living organism right now. And what I'm telling you is that the moon is sending down a square wave, and it's keeping all this shit from growing back. It's keeping your brain half shut off, and you need to rise above that frequency somehow. And that's going to happen through gratitude and stuff like that. So I recommend you ponder on this information for a little bit. It's going to take a little bit to sink in. That the center of the dish is where the Holy Grail is. And that used to be where the Tree of Souls was. That giant tree that they knocked down. Now there's the astral light. It shoots up, hits the parabolic mirror, and showers down on us. What I'm telling you is at the center of the dish, there's something magical there. We need to get there. It's every compass points to it. And I'm going to keep pointing this out in every one of my fucking videos until people get it. That the tree of life is right over there. It's just that simple. It's a giant astral jet shooting out. When you go over there, you drink from the living waters. And you become a super being right there on the spot. Heaven on earth is at the center of the dish. It's right over there. Every compass points to it. So when people ask, where is that? Grab a compass. There's your yellow brick road. It's right there. That's your yellow brick road. You follow the compass to the center of the dish, and you get everlasting life. It's just that simple. How's it going? Thanks for joining me. Picking up where we left off in that previous video, There Are No Forests on Flat Earth Part 2, the giant organism. I was explaining how the sun places this light into the hole, and out from the hole comes the astral jet. Before this giant tree was cut down with all the other trees, there was veins where this light would shoot out and glow all the way across the earth like you saw in the movie Avatar. They rub this shit in our face, people. Now I'm explaining to you that the sun itself is conscious. And one side of it is a black hole. There's a hole at the center of the dish so the whole thing works. You cannot bottle energy up. It needs to be able to flow. And we would be inside of Pandora's box right now. And you can see the sun goes round and round and round, moving inward and out, bringing the seasons. Okay, the Holy of Holies is at the center of the dish, and every single compass is pointing to it. The symbols are rubbed in your face over and over and over. There's no way to mess this up. That heaven is right over there at the center of the dish. What we want to do is enter that hole, and when we pop out the other side, we will be in the land of perpetual twilight. It's just that simple. There's no way to mess it up. You were birthed into this world, and you will be birthed out of this world also. Now listen, every word you speak is a magic spell. You learn spelling or spellcasting in school. Yes, you are a witch. Okay, symbols are the language of the universe and the conduit that your biomorphic field is flowing through. And that's every letter, every word, every action, everything that you do is a magic spell. It's an act. And what gave me eyes to see all this stuff, people, is that I started looking into the sun and speaking my intent. And then the sun programmed me or something, and next thing I know, I'm spilling my blood over my intent and publishing it to the Ethernet. And then here, before 700 days after that, I was pointing to the Holy of Holies and leading my people home. And now it's just a matter of time, people. I'm going to get t-shirts and flyers and all this stuff made up. And I'm going to start waking motherfuckers up. Because we need to get here before we're dead. Did you hear what I said? Okay, you need to get there before you're dead. It's just that simple. I recommend you start putting your bare feet on soil. Or get yourself a grounding earthing mat or make one. And you need to connect with the earth. Specifically. Okay, your divinity was stolen from you. Okay? And if you want to get it back, you're going to get it back through looking at the sun, spilling your intent, publishing it into spilling your blood over your intent, and publishing it to the Ethernet. This is what's going to restore your high man. Something that you lost when you lost your virginity. Okay?
You know, they only sacrifice virgins for a reason, because their blood is pure. When you lose your virginity, you lose your divinity. It's just that simple. Through sex, you become hexed. And what I'm explaining to you is that blood over intent restored my hymen and gave me the ability to see stuff from a different perspective, because I'm seeing it from the eyes of my hymen. And I can see stuff and explain it to other people. And I'm telling you that you need to be able to do this stuff also. Okay? We need to get to this Holy of Holies before we're dead. And once you're there, if you think they're going to let you in that hole, only the devil hides his intent. Everybody knows that, people. Everybody knows that. And you think this is all an accident? You're mistaken. There are no accidents. There are no coincidences. Everything is happening for a reason. Okay? What I see here is I see the Holy Grail. I see Jesus. I see the moon is poisoning the well. That there is not supposed to be any Eve. It was like one side of a light hole is a black hole on loop through the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. There's two sides, the upper and lower world, or when you go through the hole, you pop out the other side, and it's the land of perpetual twilight. It's just that simple. The trees go on forever. And it's just like that, people. And I know it's just like that because I place my feet on dry soil, and I speak my intent into the sun, and I'm telling you the sun is conscious. I'm telling you that you need to spill your blood over your intent and publish it to the Ethernet, because this is your birthright, people, to have heaven on earth, not have to go through all the shit that we're going through because of a bunch of greedy fucking bankers. This is crazy that we are all going through this, okay, because everybody lost their fucking divinity. I found my divinity, and I found the way home. And I'm telling you, you need to spill your blood over your intent and publish that video right beside the rest of ours under blood over intent. You think this is a joke, and you think this is funny, and you think, no, you're mistaken, people. This is everlasting life. Every fucking compass points to it. It's right over there. Okay? And every day you wait makes no fucking sense. You're here to bring forth heaven and earth, and if you're not, then you're here to mine gold. Like I remind people often, silly human slaves here to mine gold. Okay? Not me. I'm here to bring forth heaven on earth. And I remind people often. Okay? Because that's what writes it into the matrix. Okay? You need to start understanding that you are this powerful being, and your blood, like they store it in a blood bank, that's because your blood is owned by God. And when you write out on a piece of paper something and you spill your blood on it and publish it to the Ethernet, okay, that gets programmed into the matrix. Before the internet, I would have simply wrote out my intent onto a piece of paper and published it to any newspaper of the day for 30 days, and I would have went from not being able to see to being able to see. The key thing here is publishing it so that it gets into the ether. You must publish it. Before there was a newspaper, I would have simply nailed my intent, okay, to a tree by the watering hole, and that would have put it into the ether. But times have changed, and now we're in the future. We have an Ethernet, and now we have a way to get control of the matrix with our blood. Your blood is very magical, people. The sooner you figure this out, the better off you're going to be. Okay? Your blood is the most powerful substance in the universe. You need to write your intent. I intend to usher in heaven on earth. You need to place your blood over it and publish video proof of it right beside the rest of ours, titled Blood Over Intent on YouTube. So go to your YouTube search, hit Blood Over Intent, and look at all of us spilling our blood over our intent. God owns our blood. That's the most powerful substance in the universe. You think this is an accident, people? We're reprogramming the matrix with our blood. This is real. This is powerful stuff. Look up the properties and what makes it so special about blood. Okay? You'll see it. Eventually, put your bare feet on dry soil. Speak your intent to the sun. This is a key thing you need to do, people. You need to familiarize yourself with reality. And that ain't going to happen until you do these types of things. Until then, it's like you never left Egypt. You need to get to this holy hole before we're dead. And I'm going to scream this out from the top of my lungs over and over and over and over. It's ever fucking lasting life.
So the emerald tablet of Thoth, a green emerald tablet that people have decoded, when you read through it, now it all makes sense. You have the light hole sun, the black hole sun. You close your eyes, you make a wish. You know that this is the creating where everything is birthed from. Okay, you're birthed into this world through your mother. You're going to be birthed out of this world through your mother, because you're going to go through the holy of holies, where every compass points to. The thing that was hidden from you. You think you're on a ball floating through space is an accident. And I'm telling you that literally everybody out there is so filthy retarded and necrophiliac sick. If I don't spell it out for them, nobody will. And I know how to do some pretty cool stuff because I've connected with what Thoth. It's you get all your magic and all your knowledge from Thoth. It's got 1,000 names. You need to come up with one of these million gods' names out there, and you're going to attach by writing out on a piece of paper, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth and get everybody to the Holy of Holies before they're dead. And you're going to sign it as some new god or a goddess. If you're a woman, you're going to pick a goddess. Like I had picked the Antichrist and Vicar Christ. I published it. Now I've gone 360 degrees, and I've captured the ability to go out there and protest specific stuff outwardly to the world, and nobody would contest it because I'm here to bring forth heaven on earth. Why would you even try to stop me? It's for the benefit of all. You get everlasting life. You get your way into the Garden of Eden. It's just as simple. We leave heaven in our wake here. Okay, these tentacles used to reach out like the giant force that used to spread it across the earth, the astral light coming out of the black hole. Every compass is pointing to it. It's hitting the parabolic mirror, showering down on you right now. But you haven't connected to the elemental. So like the L, you're going to write this out. You're going to put it on video. You're going to place it right beside my own under blood over intent specifically. And you will, in 360 degrees, you will grab elemental powers out of the universe simply by protesting it in the way I did in the Prince of Darkness Speaks video. And like I protested in another video that I am the Vicar of Christ, and then I played the British version, the British show that I did. So what I'm saying is that by doing this into the Ethernet, what I'm doing is I'm weaving it in, I'm gaining the elemental powers, and this is what you want to do, people. It's just as simple. Place your blood beside my own, you get my powers automatically in 360 degrees. It's just speeding up, people. It's getting faster and faster and faster, so it makes sense that you would, wherever I'm at now, in another 360 degrees, you should be getting this type of stuff if your blood's beside my own, because it's built into the ether. Every thought you have, a shimmer comes off your head, just like the heat in the distance on the road, and it's written into reality. The sun is the collective consciousness of the whole. I look into the sun tells me everything. I don't care what you think. I'm telling you, it is this simple, whether you believe it or not. This is how you take over the universe. Everybody, we need to have a super league of gods out there under blood over intent. In the name, I was the name of this, and this, you got to pick something new. I'm not that creative. You need to come. All I can see is the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. Now, you have to come up with those, dig up something, some god of your heritage or something. But it's just as simple, and we're going to reach out through the Ethernet, the crack in the universe that someone created, and it is this simple. And we're going to bring everybody to the center of the dish where we get heaven on earth. Because once we drink from the living waters, you'll be a super being. To kill anybody it wouldn't make sense, because it would be like nuclear bombs trying to blow up nuclear bombs. It doesn't make any sense. You're on a higher level of consciousness at this point, because you've attached your intent to the heaven on earth thing, and then you've grabbed all the elemental powers from anything that people thought was evil and then directed it directly at heaven on earth. And then in 360 degrees, the people who put their blood up in the name of those things grab the elemental, like in your head powers, so you can take over the world from the comfort of home. It doesn't get any easier than that. It is that simple. I hope you get the picture. So in Futurama, they show this character with the eyeball and the tentacles. It comes through the tear in the universe, and it connects to the back of your brain. And everybody then ends up going into heaven. And nobody wants to fight it except for Leela. And then they break the deal off. Everybody was in heaven, except the robots couldn't come. And the robots wanted to take over the earth. They rubbed it in your face that the crack, the hole at the center of the dish, the eye, like I keep showing you in video after video, this is where heaven is. And if you think it's a stairway to up, it's actually right over there at the end of every compass. And I'm telling you, I can see everything. And I'm going to show you how to take over the universe. What you're going to want to do is type in blood over intent into your YouTube search. You see all of us spilling our blood over our intent.
what you're going to do is, just like I grabbed the Antichrist, the Vicar of Christ, I grabbed the Prince of Darkness. I've just grabbed, what you want to do is you want to grab now other type of elementals, like the L, like we're going to go, it's the L even, and the elementals, like you're a mental in your head, you want to grab those mental powers. You're going to grab the different gods like Thor, God of Thunder, this type. Those don't pick those. Pick something like another. I don't know whether it's Odin, something. You got to come up with something that's new. You know, I don't know. Maybe some. Look, there's so many. Just if you're a woman, you pick goddess type characters. You know, whatever goddess that you could think of, and forget about if it's light or dark. The intent you're going to put forth is to bring heaven forth on earth, and we're going to reach out to everybody through the ether net. Using the blood in the ether over our intent, you will see that we could take over the world from the comfort of home, and no one will be able to stop us, because there's nothing illegal about spilling your blood over your intent. And yes, moon blood is powerful blood, women, and you should look into that if you haven't seen that. So these tentacles here are actually us reaching out through the ether net, getting through to people's minds. And then we're going to get to the very center. It's going to be easy. We're going to be there in 2.4 years from November 8th. And I would like somebody to do some reversals on me and check that out. You'll see for yourself that it doesn't matter what you believe. I'm weaving reality, not you. And all I have to do is sit here from the comfort of home making videos. There's billions of people out there. I only need 144,000 living beings to place their blood beside my own, and they will get my magical powers. Within 360 degrees, surely. We will get there before we're dead, people. Get your minds out of the gutter.
So I made a blood sacrifice, my own blood, into the earth at high noon. I looked at the sun and I spoke my intent. Kindly give me the knowledge of the ages so I might carry my intent to fruition. I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. And I'm telling you, the sun is conscious. Take a look at this.
Who is to be sacrificed at high noon to the sun god.
Okay, now I also did this at midnight. I put my blood into the earth, I looked down, and I called out to the Great Spirit, focusing on the black sun. And I'm telling you, I've been infused with cool knowledge. I've published video proof that I've spilled my blood over my intent, that I intend to bring forth heaven. I published it for the entire universe to see, and I was given unique knowledge that allows me to take over this world without anybody being able to stop me, because I know how to do some pretty cool stuff now, and I'm unstoppable. So what I'm explaining to you is that I'm here for the benefit of all, to bring forth heaven on earth. I've sacrificed my blood up several times to the sun, and the sun is programming me. So I'm in the phase called tough love right now, with the cursing and all that stuff, and over the next 90 days I'm sure things will smooth out a little bit, but let's make no mistake about what I'm telling you. The sun is programming me. The sun is Jesus. I am the Antichrist himself, and together, the sun and me are going to wake up the entire world, whether you like it or not, and we're going to get everybody eternal life. I've already sacrificed myself, my blood. My son has sacrificed his blood. My wife has sacrificed her blood. And my father sacrificed his blood, all for the same purpose of bringing forth heaven on earth. And if you think this is satanic or evil, evil is when good people do nothing. And if you don't make a sacrifice of your own blood, like a drop over your words, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth, and publish it beside my own, you are legally and officially dead. You are a filthy fucking necrophiliac. You don't have to like it. And I am over 360 degrees. I protested out to the world for the last couple of years that I'm taking over the world. It's that nobody can stop me. I have what I need now to take over the world. So, you know, when you hear people talking negative about me, they never made a blood sacrifice of their own blood to the sun god, which is the collective consciousness of the whole. Like you're in a black hole and it's on loop and it's completely conscious and knows exactly what's going on. There's nothing new under the sun. And what I'm telling you, you need to figure this out quickly. As long as you think Jesus is a walking individual, you might as well go to the Pope and suck his fucking dick. I am the fucking vicar of Christ and nobody can stop me. if you take a look over here at Poe TV, it was 12/24/2013, where my son, my wife, my father, we all spilt our blood over intent and published it to the Ethernet to bring forth heaven and earth. And then shortly after that, look at that, less than a month after, you can see all these people trying to go crazy on me, saying all this crazy shit. And now it turns out that everybody has their soul print in the Vatican. The devil owns your soul. You don't have to like it. You're officially dead. You gave up the land. You're lost at sea. You're a filthy fucking necrophiliac. By legal definition, you're a monster. For those of you who've never seen one of my videos before, what you're looking at is that you live on a flat earth plane. The sun is going round and round and round the flat earth plane, and it must place its light into the hole at the center of the dish, or there's no astral jet coming out. And that is the aurora borealis. This is conscious. I'm telling you it's conscious. If you look at the sun and you speak your intent, like I look at the sun in the morning time, I speak my intent. I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. Give me the knowledge of the ages so I might carry my intent to fruition for the benefit of all. This type of stuff. And then the sun infuses you with knowledge somehow. I'm explaining to you that there's a hole at the very center of the flat earth plane where every compass is pointing to. This is your spear of destiny. The Holy Grail is right over there where the aurora borealis is coming out. There's no way to fuck this up. As the sun moves round and round and round, moving inward and outward, it has to place its light into the hole or there's no aurora borealis coming out. So it's one side of a light hole is a black hole. It's the division symbol. It's a binary star system that you live in. It's one side of a light hole is a black hole. There's no way to fuck it up. As I pointed out, you blow out your candle, make a wish, focus your intent onto the black sun. You set up your Christmas tree every year because it's showing you X marks the spot where every compass is pointing to. The Holy Grail is literally right over there. And we all need to get there before we're dead. So the best image you could have in your head right now would be something like this. You're inside the cube, inside the oblate spheroid on a flat earth plane. You're on the CD or ecreation disk of a black hole. And underneath the gridiron, the flat earth plane, is the black hole sun. There really is no way to screw this up, people. You bow your head in prayer towards the black sun. It's because from the black sun comes the aurora borealis, the astral jet. So it's one side of a light hole is a black hole with the green astral jet shooting out of the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. We set up our Christmas trees with candy canes and the spiral lights, showing us that Jesus the Sun goes round and round and round, spiraling in and spiraling out, bringing the seasons. There is no way to screw it up, people. Okay, the sun goes round and round and round, and there's your Christmas tree coming out of the Holy of Holies, and the sun is the spiral lights going round and round and round. So the tip of the tree is pointing towards the pole star, and you see, I explain this better than anybody in many videos. So if you haven't seen any of these videos before, I recommend you get to my channel and catch up on reality. The moral of this video is that you're looking at the Holy Grail right now. All you need to do is get to that hole, drink from the living waters, and you become an astral super being. It's just like that. And you need to get there before you're dead. That's how it works, people. This is the biggest secret of all, that eternal life is right over there. At the end of your fucking compass. It's just that simple. There's no way to screw it up. So if you come over to Kate of Gaia on the Ethernet, you'll see a monumental amount of information is brought together for you. And it shows you clearly that you're summoned to court because you're dead, you're lost at sea, you're a monster with no inheritable blood. You have no right to any land because you're officially dead. They took your footprint off of you at birth, and it's stored in the Vatican. They own your soul. You don't have to like it, but you are officially dead. Now, I'm explaining to you that when I spilt my blood over my written intent, that I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. And I did it on video, and I published it to my YouTube channel under Blood Over Intent. I tagged it Blood Over Intent. I titled it Blood Over Intent. And description Blood Over Intent. And shortly after that, the world stopped spinning. It became flat, and every compass needle I could see is pointing to the Holy Grail where we get eternal life. And I could see the future because I wrote it right into the ether. I wrote it into the future with my own blood, and I could see the future. That all I have to do is sit here from the comfort of home and wake the walking dead. That's all I'm doing. Everybody, look, they summon you to court because you're a monster with no inheritable blood. Go look it up. 1936 edition of the Black's Law Dictionary. You're a monster with no inheritable blood. You have no right to any land. You are officially dead. You don't have to like it. So, I'm telling you, from the comfort of home, I believe that I know where the Holy Grail is, and I think I could sit here from the comfort of home and over the next 2 years reach enough people to wake the entire world and get us all eternal life. It's just that simple. You don't have to like this. I can do this from the comfort of home and literally wake up the entire world. And you could be able to do the same thing, people. It's just as simple. You're either dead and lost at sea, or you're here to wake the walking dead. You need to type into your computer blood over intent and hit enter and place your blood beside my own, or you're a fucking necrophiliac by legal definition. So this is from the day the earth stood still, the official trailer. And I'm telling you that your earth is already fixed. It's not spinning. And the fact that you think it's spinning says that you think you're on a ball floating through space is an accident, when that's not the case. There's every compass needle on the planet right now is pointing to the Holy Grail. And the fact that they put this type of stuff in your face, that, you know, people really think that if the earth suddenly stops spinning, that they'd all die or something like that. And that's not the case. The case is that the earth is fixed right now, and the fact that you think you're on a ball floating through space is an accident is your problem. It's your problem because you were born into a world where it was already fixed with a dome and an exit hole where every compass points to. As long as you can make a compass needle, you could find your way to the Holy Grail. It's just that simple. It's built into this place. You need to get to where that compass needle is pointing. So every compass needle with the north side of a compass, it's seeking a south pole. The south pole, the undiscovered lands, are through the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. There's no way to fuck it up. If you go to the outer wall, you're going to see the monolith. And if you jump over the monolith, you're going to find yourself in the Mobius strip where you end up right back where you started. It's just that simple. It's already been discovered. You don't have to like it. So, I'm telling you that if you want to be like Neo, then you're going to have to get to the center of the dish before you're dead and drink from the living waters. It's just that simple. You don't have to like it. Okay? So the day the earth stood still, if you're a round earther right now and you think you're on a ball floating through space is an accident, that's not the case. This place is fixed. Every compass is pointing to the Holy Grail. It's right over there. You don't have to like it. We know what the prize is, and we know how to get there. All you need to do is pull your head out your fucking ass and type into your computer blood over intent, and you can see all of us spilling our blood, our spiritual currency, and doing it on video that we're bringing forth heaven on earth. And then when enough of us are side by side, blood is thicker than water, we're going to take over the world. It's just that simple. You don't have to like it, but you're lost at sea right now. You're officially dead. You get summoned to court because you're a fucking zombie. You only summon the dead. You're the walking dead. I'm sorry. Every time you've had sex, you're a fucking necrophiliac. You don't have to like it, but it's true. I recommend you catch up on reality at my channel, people. This is some simple shit. All you gotta do is write out on a piece of paper, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth on video. Spill your blood on it and publish it, titled Blood Over Intent, tag it Blood Over Intent, and description Blood Over Intent.